A consulting company plans to lower shootings in Columbus by keeping people who are at risk from gun violence safe, alive, and out of jail. On Tuesday, Mayor Ginther announced a raft of projects designed to reduce shootings. Included was the National Network for Safe Communities, which received a one-year contract for proposals developed by criminologist David Kennedy. One of their directors, Luisa Aviles, said a very small number of high-risk people are disproportionately connected to shooting violence.
Small numbers of people in high-risk networks with social connections to each other who are overwhelmingly the victims and perpetrators of the most serious violence. It's almost always right around half of 1% of the jurisdiction's overall population that are in these high-risk networks.
In a neighborhood of about 10,000 people, this would mean that about 50 people cause most of the shootings. Those people are also targets.
At any given moment in time, right, most of that high-risk world is actually not hurting or killing anybody or getting hurt or killed themselves.
Safe Neighborhood Strategy stops the shootings by working to keep high-risk people safe, alive, and out of jail. At the core of the project is a strong message.
Our community loves you. We need you here. We want you safe and alive and out of prison. No one here wants to see you go to jail for hurting or killing somebody else. No one here wants to see you die. We need you alive, and we need you to stop what you're doing, because the shooting and the killing is hurting our community. We'll help you if there are meaningful things that we can do for you that will help keep you safe and alive and help keep those around you safe and alive. And we're going to make that commitment as a community to offering you that meaningful support. And we're going to tell you ahead of time that law enforcement in our community knows that it's these high-risk networks that are driving the violence. We know that you're at particularly high risk. If your groups continue to hurt and kill people in this community, we're going to look specifically at the group dynamics and do our best to make sure that there are group consequences for group-involved violence. And we're telling you that ahead of time because we don't we don't want to have to do that. We would much rather that you stop the shooting.
The message is backed up by delivering real-world help in terms of safe places to stay, food, and exit from dangerous situations.
The folks in these high-risk networks are walking around fearful that they will be shot and killed, right? Fearful that the homes that they live in with their children and their mothers and their family will be shot up, right? They've lost friends and family. They often have convictions that mean it is very hard for them to get or keep employment, right? They are living with trauma and stress and fear. So helping them means things like going to where they are and engaging with them in ways that feel safe to them, right? And not saying you have to come through these doors between 9 and 5 and fill out this intake form before we'll work with you. It means finding ways to keep them safe when their lives are in danger. Finding ways to get them out of dangerous situations, to temporarily and on an emergency basis find them safe shelter. It means helping to put food on the table when the people in their network are going hungry, right? And finding ways to keep them safe and alive, and defining our success as, have we kept this person from getting hurt or killed, and have we kept it so that he's not going to jail or prison for hurting or killing someone else, right? And then building in connections to traditional services around employment and education and substance abuse, right, as folks are stable and ready, but not starting by thinking about success as job placement and educational attainment when folks are walking around thinking that they're going to get killed.
The project typically stays in a city between 1 and 2 years. After that time, cities have taken on the lessons and decide whether to keep going with them. For the digital team, this is Cynthia Rossi on NBC4i.com.